Hey guys, how you do? And of course, I'm just sitting here at my computer like I normally would. And one of you guys asked me about, if a particular site was a scam site earlier today. And so here's the question here. And of course, I did answer this, and I will, of course, be talking about that. He just simply asked me, "Do you know if male love doll site is legit?" Before I spend $1,300. Not 1,300. I thought I was still technically correct. But anyway. So I answered him back and I said, "Well, it looks like it could be, but saw some red flags. I tried looking for authenticity, but could not find it so far. Could either be counterfeit or knockoff, which would be a complete ripoff even if you got the doll. I would I wouldn't buy from them. I would rather go to either the main stores for these brands or Real Love Sex Dolls, which is where I got my TPE doll from. I hope that this helps." And so that's basically the answer to his question, is that even if this site is legit, the proof of it being a legit site is just not there. And excuse me. And when you see something like that, when you can't even confirm if a site is legit or not, then that's just a red flag in itself. Now, of course, I got my tablet here, and I'm going to go through this site live. I'm going to face it this way. Okay. Come on. This will just take me a moment here. I will open this thing up and go to the site. Let's see. Seriously. I will be going to the site here. Just give me one moment. So it was called Male Love Doll. Oh. Okay, so that's correct. And here's the site right here. Of course, I cannot show you guys the site right now. And so we are in the site right now. Upon first look, it looks like a legit site. It looks like a pretty site. However, now the first thing that I look at when I look at a site, guys, and this is the thing. When you first look into a site, the first thing that I look at, besides the fact that it looks like sometimes a pretty site, is the details. Because nowadays, especially in the past couple years, I've noticed that a lot of scammers have been getting craftier at making their sites look better and everything. And so getting into the details and looking at the details is a very important, if not the most important thing nowadays when it comes to looking into scam sites or just scams in general. Now, the first thing I'm looking at here is the beginning of the title at the search bar here. And in the search bar, you would normally see a HTTPS standing for it being, secure. The S at the end of the HTTPS and the search bar at the beginning of the, thing means that the site is supposed to be secure. However, when I'm looking at the search bar here, well, this is on my tablet, but I don't see that. You see? Now, I might try this app again on my computer, although actually I think it does say it's supported on my computer, but on my tablet it says it's not. And that's also another thing when it comes to cell phones and tablets. Sometimes when you try to do it on a cell phone and tablet and you're using an app, sometimes, yep, happy Labor Day to all. sometimes it might not be secure if you're using an app, and that's also something you need to take into account is when you're using an app on either a tablet or phone. And also, another thing that I tend to look for as I'm looking here, and this is just on the top section of the screen here. Another thing that I tend to look for is doll care sections or accessory sections. And I do not see any of that at the top here. It's normally supposed to be at the top. I will scroll down to the bottom here just to make sure. And rating, facts, return and shipping, order tracking, blog, about us, contact us. And of course, they at least have the contact at the bottom here at this male lovedoll site here. But I do not see anything about doll care or nothing. But let's see. Help and info, pictures, custom sex doll, contact us, blog, how to order, shipping and return, order tracking. Now, of course, when a site has order tracking, that of course does not mean that it is a legit site. Sometimes scam sites can actually give you a fake tracking signal. It'll look like a package is being tracked, but then when it gets to the warehouse to be sent to you, the tracker is still on the shipping boat and or vehicle. And if you ever see that when you get a tracking signal, that is a major red flag that it's a scam right there. If you have if they give you a tracking thing for it. So definitely doesn't mean that it's a legit site. But of course, that also doesn't mean that it's a scam either, yet. And so, let's see, what's another thing to look at? Of course, just because they have an about us doesn't mean that they aren't a scam. Reviews. And of course, lots of times when you go to a scam site, I would say lots of times their reviews are more highlighted out. They always will try to capitalize on their reviews when it's a scam site. And at the top here, just the top left one right now, I'm looking at the first review. Beautiful doll. She actually looks exactly as in the pictures and feels very soft and smooth. She also had all the options I picked, such as standing feet and jelly breast. I don't know what to expect from this store at first, but I'm quite pleasantly surprised. We'll definitely consider buying again in the future. So you could say that's a good review. However, when I look over that review, besides the fact that it has a 5 out of 5 stars, it also says that this person is a verified owner. I can't believe I said that. It says that this guy is a verified owner, is what it says right above his claim here. Now, why do we need to have a verification check over this person who has, given this place a review? I don't know why you would have to put a question mark saying, or check mark over it saying, this person is a verified owner. Like, why do you need something like that? I mean, just because you put a check that says verified owner over somebody, that doesn't really mean that they're a verified owner. I mean, I could literally do that right now. I mean, I could literally just take this piece of paper, write, I'm a verified this and that, and then I could show you guys I could show you a piece of paper with my photo on it saying that I'm a verified this and that, and then make it look like a realistically looking ID or something. So just because, just because something on a site somewhere or in somebody's profile says they're a verified this and that, doesn't actually mean that that's actually true. So that's just something that you guys know. I also remember they used to do that from last year when people didn't want to wear a mask, and they would come up with like excuses. They would carry around these cards looking like an ID or something, and it would be like, oh, I'm a verified this and that, so I don't have to wear a mask, around everywhere. When, people weren't really, doctors weren't giving anybody a mask, or these IDs to say, hey, this person doesn't have to wear a mask, my words are getting kind of turned around there, but so again, this site looks kind of nice, like they decorated it well enough, but I'm going to start scrolling down here, looking at their products here. They got the categories here: big booty, BBW, teen, torso, TPE, big boobs. I guess that's okay. And, it's not the defining thing when I look at a scam site, or if I'm checking to see if it's a scam site, but I do look at the prices. It's one of the things I look at, of course, besides, the finer details. 163 centimeters, this and that. Okay, so keep scrolling down. I'm trying to look at the prices here. As well as some of the details. Now, that's kind of funny. Some of these dolls, they're saying that these dolls are brand new, but then they're already at a discount. That's something that I tend to look at. And let's see here. Apparently, this doll here is $9,999 exactly. And this is it just looks like a regular your typical TPE doll. And it's marking it for nearly $10,000 here. And so, okay, I'm looking at this doll here, and I'm like, okay, so why is this doll $10,000? And it looks almost the same as the other dolls around it. And again, when you're going into a doll that you like, and she looks the way that you want, and everything, always try to look when you get into her picture and her area, that you're looking again at the finer details. Look at the description and doll sizes. All right, so heights, full breast, this size. So it's showing the sizes at least of everything. And down here it says customers are viewing this product, availability in stock. And let's see, it has, that's funny, it has no review on it. And okay, so I'm looking down. There's more pictures, manual measurements. There's several centimeters. Accessory, wig, underwear, blanket, comb. Following products are all accessories. We will send them together in the express package. Before sending packages, we will check the quantity and quality accessories before we are still finding something missing or damaged. Received at counter. Please email to us this.com, and we will reply to you within 24 hours. Okay, so accessories, wig, underwear, blankets, comb, lubricants, talcum powder, condom, gloves, and irrigator. Now, I would say those are at least the basics, but they tend to send actually more with the doll, actually. When I got my doll from Love Sex Dolls, it did send those things, but it also sent like emergency stuff, like they actually tend to send you emergency glue and everything for just in case the doll was broken upon you getting it. And so I'm not seeing any of that stuff here. So at least kind of gives you the basics, but it's not showing anything really legit, and it's not showing any pictures of the stuff that they give you. They just give you symbols. So let's see. Installation and flexible joint demo. TPE body touch demo. So, okay, so there at least are showing demos of, or videos apparently of, the flexibility of the doll and the touch demo, showing you the jiggly boobs and stuff, I'm guessing. But it's not showing any tutorials on how to care for the doll or anything. And that's a major thing when it comes to scam sites, is for some reason they never think to put any doll care shit in there. Like, they don't try to even teach you how to care for your doll, or they don't put any doll care stuff for your doll, etc. And when I see stuff like that, that tends to be a major red flag to me, that either it's not a very good site, or it just isn't either that, or it's just a scam. And the site that you're looking at is a site for, knockoff dolls. Let's see. Browsing your history. Or my browsing history. What the fuck? It says, this is my browsing history, and it's showing pictures of dolls that I haven't even looked at yet. What the fuck? I didn't look at all these dolls. What the... I'm looking at my first doll here, and I'm already seeing a ton of red flags. And then I look down here, it says, this is my browsing history on this site, and it's showing me a bunch of dolls that I didn't even click on yet. Like, fuck, how many... Like at least 20 different dolls that I didn't even click into. What the fuck? Yeah, that's definitely a red flag to me. Okay, so I'm going to look at the site a little bit more. There's a male doll right there. Latest realistic sex dolls for sale. Why choose male love doll? It has a little video there, apparently. I'm not going to click on it, but let's see. Sex doll factory pictures. But, another thing about these pictures I'm looking at, yes, they assigned me a history. Yeah, no. And another thing about scam sites is they'll always try to shove these awards down your damn throat. Like I'm seeing here, free shipping worldwide, thumbs up. Always available for you, thumbs up. Do not worry, thumbs. They got an award for do not worry, thumbs up. No one will know, thumbs up. And high quality, thumbs up. I mean, I don't know who's giving them all these thumbs up, but okay. And like I said, they're just shoving them down your throat. How to use a sex doll is my order. Let's see, is there any doll care advice here? How does it feel? What is a silicone? What are the differences between TP and silicone? Like a real person. Can I fully customize a sex doll? So, shit. Yeah, all these facts questions here are only for, advertisements. They aren't talking about doll care at all. They're just talking about things like, oh, how do I pay for my doll? Does the doll feel real? Does my sex doll look lifelike? Etc. There only are fact questions like that. Nothing in great detail here. It's just shit to advertise to you guys and just make it look like they have a fact area. Tired of your sex doll? What can make you restore your interest in it? Read this. Whatever. TPE and silicone sex dolls, which is right for you. If you have bought your sex doll and holding it for quite a while, it may sometimes frustrate people. Every interesting thing loses its attraction over time. Human eyes want to see new colors, and yeah, I know what they're gonna say here. I know what they're gonna say. They're gonna say, if you've lost interest in the love doll that you've had for a couple years, buy a new one. It basically is what they're gonna say. I mean, I could see it coming like a train coming at me. Yeah. Again, just look at the finer details, guys, because I mean, I definitely would not buy from this site. It looks nice at face value, but when you're actually reading into this site and trying to look around, there's a lot of things here that aren't here that are normally supposed to be there, guys. So again, this site is called Male Love Dolls. And even if this was like kind of a legit site, it's probably a knockoff or, site like that. Like, I just don't trust this site at all. I'm going to shut off my tablet here. Man, it's been going on for 20 minutes. Jesus Christ. So earlier, at one point when I was looking into the sites, I tried to go into the doll forum. And this is just a typical place that I tend to go to when I'm looking into a site, just to see if anybody has bought a love doll from the site yet and has, their opinion on the doll yet. And all I found was it was just a guy asking anybody if it was a scam site or not. This is all I found here. I recently found a website called malelovedoll.com. Is it a scam? And this was posted March 13th of 2021. And so it's been at least a few months now since this guy has asked anybody if it's a scam or not. And it looks like nobody has replied. And of course, that to me is a bad sign. Is nobody has answered this guy on the doll forum, TDF, the doll forum, in over 3 months of him asking if it's a scam site or not. Nobody has answered that guy. That is not a very good sign. Like I said, if you can't even confirm if a site is a scam or not, there's a good chance that it's a scam. And so I went to, of course, another place that I tend to go to. It's called Celeste Dolls, SELEST Dolls. Now, if I can't find any information on a site, whether it's legit or not, here, it's just a no-go for me. This person, of course, came to the site here and asked them, hey, is Male Love Doll a legit site? Thanks. It says, hello. Male Love Doll could be legit, but I noticed some red flags. They don't list the brand names for the dolls, which means they could not be that it could mean that they could be counterfeit. The wig option is the same for every doll, which means they could all be coming from the same factory, which they should not if they are real WM dolls and other brands. They have photos of some WM 157 centimeter B cup dolls, but they are listed as 158 centimeters instead of just stating that they're a WM doll, or being posted as the wrong size, basically. I haven't seen most of the dolls on their site before, so I don't know how the actual brand. Here, I'll reread that. That didn't sound right. I haven't seen most of the dolls on their site before, so I don't know the actual brand. That sounds better. But they could be selling some legit, lesser-known brands in the West, as well as possibly knockoff dolls. They could be legit, but I don't know if their quality is any good. And the authenticity of their WM dolls could go either way. So, with that being said, now when I went to Celeste Dolls here, I had to kind of scroll down and find this person asking this question. So it was a bit hard to find the question, but I did find it. And again, I could not find any more information on this site, whether it's legit or not. At least not at face value. I mean, normally when you're trying to look through those sites to see if a site is legit, normally you get an answer. But if you don't get an answer, then just don't go for it. Is, I guess, the best way that I can put it. And again, these scam sites in general, not just love doll sites, but many sites like this, they look good at face value, and they kind of look like a legit site. But then when you start looking at the finer details, you start looking at the prices, you start looking at the descriptions, you start to notice that there is something wrong. And when you guys start to see stuff like that, it's better to just not buy from the site at all. And just like I told the person that was asking me that question, if you want to be sure that you're getting the right thing or if it's a legit site or not, just go to, let's say, if you want a WM doll, well, just go to WM doll. Don't go to any other sites if you legit just want to make sure you're actually getting the doll. Just period. And just like, JY doll, if you want a JY doll, just go to the JY doll sites. Just period. And I always think it's funny how people try to look elsewhere, but I also understand the reason why is because they always are trying to look for the better deal. And, sometimes you can find a bit of a better deal, but just like one time when a guy came up to me and he asked me, hey, where can you find a better priced, real doll? And I just told him, hey, man, like WM doll doesn't work with anybody else, any other factory or anybody. They don't work with any other sites. The only place that you can get a real doll is just from the real doll site, period. That is legit the only place where you can get a real doll. If you see any pictures of any real dolls anywhere else, just walk away. And it's also the same with Amazon. Do not get any of these realistic love dolls from Amazon, because none of these love doll sites work with Amazon. Now, if you're getting something like a blow-up doll, that's totally fine to get something from Amazon like that. But if it's like a TPE doll or a silicone doll, just don't trust it and just move on from Amazon. Not to mention there's a lot of counterfeit, things going on with Amazon anyway, and fakes going on Amazon. But moving on from that. So again, that in a nutshell is my fast way of being able to tell if a site is legit or not. And I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you enjoyed. We're almost going on 30 minutes here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Of course, if you have any more questions, comments, etc., just post them down below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.